Hey guys, Tasman Dutch over here, and this will be a sort of sequel on the video I did last week. Um, I'm not sure if audio records because I just tested it out and it didn't work, as in the sound of my laptop doesn't work for some reason if it's not plugged in with the aux thing. So I hope it works, and otherwise I will have to redo this video. First thing, I will start with a quick update concerning the Philips Cup series before I'll head to the Q&A and the feedback I got from you guys, which was a whole lot. Philips Cup series replacement signups is now closed. We have 4 new drivers, which are Nathan Ormond, Anthony Lopez, Victor Gonzalez, and Grayson Acavito. That's it. Thank you. So those 4 drivers will make their start in the Philips Cup Series at Irwindale sprint race, which will be up the next race, and hopefully I will do that race before Wednesday. Now the point is a little bit more of an update. Remember a few weeks back when I said that I will have surgery? That will be this Wednesday. So I'm not sure how I will be after that. I'm expecting actually that there's not really that much of a problem concerning June races. I think I will be fine, but probably I will be down for a few days. So I'm not sure if I could do race. On the other hand, the plus side is there's not really much I can do except for lay down, sit down, do nothing, because I have to get better, and that will last at least for 5 days probably. After 5 days I can start building up, going to school and doing sports and all that kind of stuff. So but from that, probably the first 2 days I will be completely down, and after that I will just see how things will go. So expect the Philips Cup Series to be back before Tuesday night, so that I will just have to wait and see. Maybe I will make one of these vlog-ish video. I hate to call it a vlog because vlogs are really hated over here. So maybe I'm going to make one of these videos next weekend as well, to show you how I'm doing, to tell you how I'm doing. And it could actually be possible that I'm going to do these type of videos more often, though I'm not really sure because there wasn't that much interest in it as I would have hoped for. So I'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I will. So I'll see. It could be that I will do one of these videos like once every week or 2 weeks. I think it will be 2 weeks then. Well, I've already thought of a name, of course, always for the thinking. So maybe I will call it then Dascar Live, and not live with L-I-V-E, but with L-I-F-E, as in the life I'm living. Hey, smart thinking. So not sure if I'm going to do it, and we'll just see. And of course, if I will do the Dascar Live, maybe some more Dascar presidents will follow as well with their Dascar Live versions. So we'll see how things will play out. So that said, there's also something else which I want to say. No, we'll get to the feedback now. Of course, there will be a little bit of a change in the Philips Cup series in a couple of, I'll tell you in a few moments, but that's not really a big change. Because I got your feedback, and there was a ton of feedback. I'm serious, there was a ton of feedback. An astonishing amount of 2 people gave me feedback. And one of them was Chris Dodd, saying that he thinks that everything is fantastic and he loves the series. So, well, with his feedback, and pretty much the only thing which I really got in the video itself, well, I don't think I'm going to change anything, because that's all I heard, and apparently my series is fun, and otherwise it's either that people like it and don't tell me anything, or they, well, pretty much don't watch it anyway. So we'll just continue this way, except for there will be one change, and that is something that John Stedino has told me, of course, not in the video, but privately, and it's more like with me and him working together closely with the following up series, Dascar Regional Pro Cup series, moving to the Philips Cup series. Of course, the Dascar KLM series is also part of that. There will be a little bit of a change, and that is concerning the comment deadline. Thank you, computer, for making that sound. What we have had so far this season and previous season as well, we had in total 4 or 5 common deadlines. Each 6 or 7 races, a common deadline is put, and everybody has to comment before that deadline on one video. So it's not too much or too many times. The reason to that I will explain in a few moments, but then of course this season we added the possibility of drivers moving up from the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series to the Phillips Cup Series. Now, after the first common deadline, there were many drivers who wanted to move up to the Phillips Cup Series. We had a total of 7 drivers, but pretty much after that we haven't heard from any single person from that Regional Pro Cup Series if they want to move up. John put out a video, nobody, one, Scott Roush, and eventually he disappeared from the earth because his comment was also gone. So I put out a video, nobody said they want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series. James also put up a video, but that's more concerning the move from the KLM Series to the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, and there were a couple of drivers who wanted to do that. So apparently his drivers were more commentative, so communicative, I should say. But so then I started, sort of the same process last time. I asked 4 drivers, pretty much who commented on one of the most recent races from the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, and just approached them directly saying, do you want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series, or do you want to stay in here? 2 responded that they want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series, Grayson Acavito and Nathan Ormond. So guys, thank you very much. And the other ones haven't responded yet, and those are the only drivers that want to move up from the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series to the Phillips Cup Series. And of course, there's one driver coming from the KLM Series to the Phillips Cup Series as well, and that's it, 4 drivers moving up to the Phillips Cup Series. So John said, there aren't that many drivers who really want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series, and that is probably because there are so many common deadlines, and we've had a couple of drivers saying, I want to build up more experience in the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series before I want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series. Yeah, and experience is not something you really, you really get after doing 6 more races. So, actually, it was only 1 more race in the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series. So, that is the reason why we have decided to have fewer common deadlines. And there were 3 more common deadlines planned from now on till the end of the Phillips Cup Series season number 9. That has been brought down to 1 common deadline. There will be only 1 common deadline left the remainder of the season 9 of the Phillips Cup Series, and that will be after race, what will it be, 25 or 26 or so. I think after race number 25. We're now at race number 14. So there will be 12 races to go in the first part before the next common deadline. And after that there will be no common deadlines anymore, and we'll start the chase and we'll get it running to the end of the season. So only 1 more common deadline means for you NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series drivers only 1 more chance to move up to the Phillips Cup Series. Now, there's not really that big of a problem because nobody wants to move up, so maybe after doing a little bit more of races in the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, maybe more drivers want to move up to the Phillips Cup Series, and we'll see how that will play out. But I think it's a better deal now for the NASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series. What will this mean for the Phillips Cup Series? That they will have to, of course, we changed it a little bit. We're not only going to extend the or have fewer common deadlines, but instead of commenting 1 time before the common deadline, we're going to have everybody to comment for at least 2 times every common deadline. And it sounds, John said maybe that's going to confuse people. I'm going to tell it in every single video to make it clear, and if it's then not clear, it's your problem, to be honest. So 2 comments. Basically what that means is if you comment in the remainder of the Phillips Cup Series 2 more times, you're done till the end of the season. You're sitting in there until the end of the season. So Yeah, it's not really too much. If you comment on the Irwindale sprint race and main race, you're already done for you're done commenting for the rest of the season. So you can leave, go on vacation, not watch races anymore, and you will remain in the series. Of course, we don't want that, but and that will also bring me to the sort of next point, because apparently there's been quite some criticism on not only on particularly Dasker about the comment deadline and um, people particularly avoiding signing up for DASCAR series, not only my series, of course, the other series as well, because of the comment deadline. And of course, I will leave it up to you. I'm not forcing you to comment for my series. Of course, it's all your own choice. So if you don't want to sign up for my series because of the comment deadline, it's your own choice. But I will tell you this: there is a reason why I do this comment, why I have this comment deadline. I installed it in Philips Cup Series Season 3 or something, and there's a reason why I do it, and that is not because I want you guys to watch my videos. It's not for me, but it's mostly for you guys. And it sounds a little bit strange. You have to do something, and it still is for you. But see it as this. Also, the reason why I installed it. There are people who sign up for a series and then they disappear completely, never watch the races anymore, and pretty much they sort of sign up for nothing. For me, I don't really need those people, so I have plenty of people who really want to be in the Philips Cup Series, and some of them are just a little bit late. They missed the sign-ups because they were on vacation, they were a weekend gone. Sign-ups really close fast nowadays, 24 hours, and they missed the sign-ups. And while some of those people are actually really drivers or people who want to be in the Philips Cup Series and are looking to, or are actually drivers who really watch the races and who are active in participating with us with the series, those people sort of have to give up their spot to somebody who was just a little bit earlier, who did sign up and then completely vanished. So I think that's really unfair, and that is the reason why I have this comment deadline, just to get drivers who missed the sign-ups but are still very competitive a chance to enter the series later on in the season and still participate. So that at the end of the season we have really, well, pretty much 42 drivers who watch the races, who are active in commenting, and not of course only commenting but also watching, and who, well, mostly active in participating and who are really enjoying it. And those people I want to have in my series, and not people who comment or who sign up for my series and then leave. And it may sound a little bit harsh, but it's really like I don't need you. If you are one of those person, please leave. Go to a different channel. There are many of these series online on YouTube, and I really want to have only drivers that are really motivated in watching and commenting. And of course, having those comment that, I mean, it's, come on, it's one comment every 7 races. Now it's going to be extended 2 comments in pretty much for the rest from race number 14 till the end of the season, which is 36. So it's like 20 plus races with 2 comments. If that is already too hard for you, please leave now. I'm serious. And that's something which I wanted to make clear to you. It's not because of me. I know that there are plenty of drivers who want to be in the Philips Cup Series who are not in here. And if those drivers miss out, and there are some people in the series who never comment, yeah, that I think is really unfair. And I want to give those drivers that just missed out the signups and who are really competitive a chance to once again sign up. So, conclusion of this long story. There will be only one more comment deadline for the Philips Cup Series in the remainder of the series. Also, one more chance for the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series drivers to move up to the Philips Cup Series. And, of course, it will also mean that one more chance for the KLM Series drivers to move up to the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. And, well, that way we can continue with the series pretty soon again. So that was concerning the much feedback I got from you guys. Now let's head to your questions. So it's good fun. I can now watch how long I'm recording. I'm recording for 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to get every question done in around 15 minutes as well. So also, of course, in the previous video, I asked you guys if you want to give me some questions for you to answer, if you are interested in some personal things, whatever. Once again, just like with the feedback, didn't really play that as I had hoped for, as there were three people who, I keep on saying drivers, but I should really say people, but there are three people who posted a question or two about me. And once again, if you just missed out that video for whatever reason, you still have any questions, you think, oh man, maybe I should have asked this, but well, didn't really thought of a question back then, you can still comment down low if you want, if you have any questions. If you have some feedback as well, also no problem. I will see if there are many comments, and otherwise I will just leave it, and if to the ones that do ask questions or give feedback, I'll just respond then on, well, typing over as commenting on them via YouTube, and otherwise maybe I can just say it in the next race I will upload. So first question comes from Angel Navarro. So once again, thank you very much for those three drivers who put down questions: Angel Navarro, Jane Pinter, and once again Chris Dodd. A perfect example of somebody who's motivated for watching races. Angel Navarro asked me, have you ever been outside of the Netherlands? And well, I'm not sure. Of course, Angel Navarro is quite new to this deal, and I'm not even sure if I mentioned it. Yes, the short answer is yes, and I will give a little more extended answer. I'm born in the Netherlands over here. Well, not actually over here, just a few hundred kilometers to the east, but well, I'm born in the Netherlands. When I was 15 months old, I moved. I'll not go on vacation, but I really moved to New Zealand. I've lived there for 1.5 to 2 years, not sure how long exactly, but I used to live in New Zealand for that long. Then I moved on to the US of A. I did live in the States. To be precisely, I lived in Vallejo, California, just above San Francisco it is. And if you guys are Jeff Gordon fans, I'm not 100% sure, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but either Jeff Gordon comes from Vallejo or he comes from Benicia, one of the two. And I've lived in Vallejo, I've been to Benicia, so it's pretty cool. So that's where the places I lived. So yes, indeed, I did go outside of the Netherlands. I even lived outside of the Netherlands, and that's something which is actually quite special. Not many people have done it in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, we're really like many people just live for their entire life in the same city. They are born, for instance, my girlfriend born in Lisse, raised in Lisse, still living in Lisse, and probably will not move on to the far end. I know in my village the same deal, so people really living for 20 plus years in the same house, and well, we weren't really like that, but I've been living over here for now 16 years already as well, so long time. I know that in the States people tend to move quite rapidly after just a few years, so not over here. Then looking at where have I been on vacation, well, of course, that's something which I thought of with this question. I've been really thinking about this question in the US. Of course, it's such a big country, so many US citizens, I think, go on vacation to a different state in the US, to a different part of the US, to a different coast, so from East Coast to West Coast. And with especially Europe has been divided over many different countries, and especially the Netherlands is just compared to this US of A. So going abroad over here, it takes you around 1.5 to 2 hours, and you're already abroad. So many of the Dutch citizens tend to go on vacation also far abroad. So, for instance, to make more personal, I've been to Spain, Portugal, I've been to Italy, to France. I've been a few times. I've been to Switzerland, Austria, Germany. I haven't been to. Actually, I've been to Düsseldorf with my girlfriend last winter. So indeed, I went to Germany also. I went to England, including Wales. I've been to Sweden. I've been to Denmark, and that's pretty much the list I've been to on vacation. Thank you a lot for once again making the sound. I don't even know if you hear it, but so I've been to quite some countries in Europe. I was outside of the outside of Europe. It's only the US. I've been there, I think, 4 times on vacation. I've been to California 2 times. Lake Tahoe. We have a timeshare in Lake Tahoe, so been there. We've been to Las Vegas, Utah. We've been to Phoenix, Arizona. We've been to New York. We've been to Boston 2 times, Massachusetts. We've been to, I'm not sure if it is West Virginia. I don't even North Conway. That's where we also been. That's the most recent time we went to the US. 2014. We've been to North Conway. I'm not sure if it is North in Virginia, but Patriots town. So I've also been, of course, to New Zealand, and I've been to Australia for a few days, probably a couple of times. So yes, I've been abroad to many different countries, but there are still plenty of countries I want to go to. So that was a long answer. Let's move on to the next question, which was asked by Jane Pinter. He asked me, what inspired you to start the Philips Cup Series, and will there be a season 2? So question 1, what inspired you to start the Philips Cup Series? That is a very good question, and to be honest, I don't know. I think, looking back at way back in time, there was some guy who had like a pretty big community, including the AFLAC Cup Series, and there were some other series who are part of that group as well. So they're also doing those offline races where people sign up and will let the cars run around with the AI and don't race themselves. And I've been following that for quite a long time, and eventually I thought, it's fun. It's fun to watch that, but maybe it would be even more fun to do it. And I'm not sure, by the way, I'm really not sure. Before that, the only thing that I've been doing is getting those diecast collection videos up and doing those diecast reviews. I haven't even done any reviews because my camera's too crappy. But I've done one of those showing my collection, and believe it or not, I've looked on my old YouTube channel, which is the Bob0312. Those videos still have like a few thousands of views. My oldest video is 2010 NASCAR Diecast Collection Part 103. I don't even think there was a second. Oh, there was a second part, but it wasn't the third part. So that video has 1,700 views. I also did those NASCAR diecast unpackaging videos, so the unboxing where I'm just going to simply get a box with old diecast cars, take them out, show them. 2,900 views on that, so that's quite incredible. So then at one point I decided to do those the NASCAR NR 2003 stuff, and I started off with just a test race. I thought, well, let's see if people are interested. Then it's still called the NR 2003 Dutch NASCAR Cup Series test race with 58 views. That's quite a lot. And then after that, I decided to change the name to NR 2003 Philips Cup Series. And yeah, it still wasn't even NASCAR. NASCAR only came in season 3 or something with the cooperation with Jane Pinter. But that first race, the Daytona 500 of Phillips Cup Series Season 1, with 367 views. Oh my goodness, we have my complete NASCAR custom diecast collection. Of course, I did that as well. With 3,300, almost 3,400 views. That's quite incredible. So, all on my old channel, and well, pretty much the channel got a strike, and I couldn't upload for 6 months or something, and then I decided to. Actually, I could. No, I'm not sure why. I don't know. But then I decided to get to the Tasman Dutch channel. So, long answer short, I'm not sure what really got me into NR 2003. I think it's those Aflac Cup Series things, and I don't even know if it's really called Aflac Cup Series. I don't even know where it's from. I haven't watched it for years and years. So, but we've come a long way now. So it's cool. Thanks for the question, Jamie. His next question was, will there be a Phillips Cup Series Season 10? Short answer, I am not sure. Next year I will have to do my internship, and that will take me around, well, between 32 and 40 hours probably in a week, and I will not have a whole lot of free time anymore with all the other hobbies. So initially my plan was to call Season 9 the last season of the Phillips Cup Series, but I'm still enjoying it quite a lot, and I don't think that I will, well, say, well, this is it, we're done, see you guys. We will continue doing some stuff. Maybe it's not going to be like a full Phillips Cup Series season, but maybe just partly, like we did with the Summer Series and with the Red Bull Knockout Series. Sometimes we're doing those random races, so I'm not really sure yet. So let's say like this, there is a possibility that there's no Phillips Cup Series season number 10, but there could still be a possibility that there's going to be a Phillips Cup Series season number 10. So I hope you're happy with that answer. It's pretty much all I can give you, because I don't know for sure either. So next question, last question from Chris Das. How were you introduced to start playing NR 2003? And when did you first start watching NASCAR? First question, how were you introduced to playing NR 2003? And that was actually the same answer as with Jane Pinter. So with that Aflac Cup Series, I believe. So then, of course, I also, actually before that, I also had NR 2003, but then illegally downloaded. Shh. But then eventually I decided to buy the game, and indeed I have bought the game for $25. So I have it. Don't worry about it. I'm not illegal anymore. Because I want to get some mods as well, and I don't think it was possible with that illegal-ish version. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got to NR 2003. I have a very old NASCAR game as well. I'll see if I have it over here actually, because here are all my games. Man, I have so many games and never played a single one of them. I even have this cute little Winnie the Pooh box of old games. Man, this is fun. We should do this more often, just looking at my old games. Formula 1 99202. Need for Speed Underground. Yes, I have Need for Speed Underground. Need Speed Thief EL2 Sturmovik. No, it's not in there. So I will see if... Oh, maybe it's over here. I'm sorry that you have to go through this, but I really want to find it. No. The problem is I don't even know how it looks like, so... no, I guess it's not. Well, shame, I cannot find it. If I did, I'm going to look for it, but if I do find it, I will let you know. I don't even know if you could understand me, but I couldn't find the old NASCAR game, so... well, that was how I got into NR 2003. When did I start watching NASCAR? Being Dutch is not always easy, because it's quite difficult to watch NASCAR over here, and that's why I had to do until 2009, actually longer, with just some random videos online on the NASCAR.com website. And pretty much the first real race, I'm not sure, I've said it I've maybe said it a few times, but not to, of course, the new guys. The first race I watched was 2009 spring race Talladega. I know, it's actually Talladega weekend. That's quite crazy. So exactly 8 years ago, I watched my first ever NASCAR race on television when I was on vacation in New York. And if you remember that, I'm not sure if you really remember saying 2009 Talladega spring race. I'll give you a reminder. Carl Edwards versus Brad Keselowski. I watched the last 14 laps of that race. Turned on, said, "Oh, this is from NASCAR. Okay, let's watch." And it was quite exciting until, of course, the last lap, when Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski got together, Carl went into the catch fence, and that was pretty much the first time I've ever watched a NASCAR race. After what was it, 20 minutes or something, already somebody went upside down into the catch fence. So that's pretty much how my NASCAR life has been, how it started. And after that, I really started to follow it online with, well, first off, still only random video clips of the races, summaries and that kind of stuff. Then after a few years, I managed to get a subscription on a streaming account where I watched for 2 years the NASCAR races live. But well, that pretty much went dead. And then I had some online websites which also uploaded the race. And finally, now 3 years ago, well, a little bit more than 2 years ago, from 2015 onwards, we have NASCAR on TV in the Netherlands. Well, it's not really yet on TV, it's on my laptop, but I can watch NASCAR with Dutch commentary, which is getting better, to be honest. I really like the American commentary, but Dutch commentary is pretty good. So with the guy who's doing it, he does a pretty good job, to be honest. I'll give him that. And that is pretty much how I watch it. Still, the Xfinity series and the Camping World Truck series are not broadcasted live, but I do watch those races full. But all the Sprint Cup races are broadcasted live. Even the night races, which are at 3 a.m. Local time, are all broadcasted live. So yeah, that's fun. So thank you very much, Chris Dot, for that question, and that, well, pretty much concludes this video. And once again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do these videos more. I will do one probably next week after my surgery, so I will keep you updated a little bit. Remember to subscribe on this channel, as well as on the John C. Dean's channel, Utica Home Track Series, and on James Pinter's channel, Descar.ca. Also, of course, on Crazy Chaos, Joshua Michael's channel. And well, I will keep you updated a little bit, and we're going to get into the Phillips Cup series and the other two support series as well pretty soon again, so stay tuned for that. Also, like the Descar face on Facebook, the Descar face on Facebook. Yeah, the Descar page on Facebook. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, and once again, if you still have any questions or feedback on what I do or my series or whatever, let me know down below in the comments or personal message, whatever. Sean, no, Angel Navarro, by the way, forgot to mention that I'm working on your car, so we'll be finished before Erndale. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time over here at the Tasman Dutch channel.